Hi YouTube, it's me, Kelly here once again. I am here with we're going to do my 33-week update, pregnancy update. And I also thought it'd be fun to do the guilty or innocent tag as well. I know I said in my last video that I was gonna upload a video on Tuesday and today's Thursday, but yeah, I didn't have the time. This week has been really crazy. It seems like there's just always something new popping up with this pregnancy, so I'll let you guys know what happened. Last week I said I was going to do my videos on Tuesdays because that's when I usually have my doctor's appointment, and I did have a doctor's appointment last week. I had a ultrasound and an OB appointment. So at the ultrasound, they of course measured the baby, checked her heartbeat, checked all that good stuff, and she's actually measuring in at 5 pounds and 6 ounces, they said last week. So she is measuring, last week I was 32 weeks and she was measuring at about 34 and a half weeks. So she is a pretty big baby. And I don't know if I mentioned this in another video, but my daughter, she was always measuring 2 weeks ahead. Sorry, I'm just gonna adjust my computer. I'm on my webcam. Yeah, so she was always measuring 2 weeks ahead, and she came exactly 2 weeks early. I went into labor exactly 2 weeks before my due date, so who knows what'll happen this time around. But actually, the reason why I wasn't able to really upload earlier this week is because, like I said, things have been crazy. I was in the hospital, what was it, Sunday night or Monday night? Oh, okay, so it was Tuesday night. Yesterday was Wednesday, yeah. Tuesday night I went into the hospital because I had started having contractions at 6:30. I'm sorry, 6:30, 10:30 at night, and initially they were every like 10 minutes apart, and then they started to come every about 8 to 10 minutes, and so I didn't know if it was a real thing. And I think I had mentioned already that 2 weeks prior to that I had slipped and went into labor, and well, technically not labor because I was contracting, but I didn't make any progress. But I had slipped and fell, and then I went to hospital and I was contracting for 16 hours, etc., etc. But I didn't make progress. But they gave me like the shot for the baby's lungs and magnesium for her brain, and also to help slow the contractions. And eventually they did slow down. So yeah, I didn't want to have to go back to the hospital, not really knowing exactly if it was it or what. But then being 33 weeks, of course, they would have tried to stop my labor anyways if they could have. But I thought, well, maybe they're Braxton Hicks contractions or something like that. So I'm like, okay, let me drink some water. Let me take a rest. So I was like drinking a lot of water, a lot of fluids. Sat down for a little bit, walked around for a little bit because sometimes they say, real contractions will get like more intense or continue with movement. So I walked around, and then I decided to, after a couple hours, I decided to take a bath because sometimes that'll stop Braxton Hicks contractions as well. So I got in the tub, and then I was in the tub for about like 20 minutes or so, and then I decided to like take a shower because I usually shower after taking a bath anyways. Just my thing. So yeah, I did that, and the contractions were still coming. So I called the doctor. I actually spoke with one of the nurses at the birth center, and she had said, you should come in. And I told her like all the things they're trying. I also tried eating and stuff like that, and they were still coming strong. So my husband came home around 1 o'clock because he works second shift, I think that is, but he works evenings. So he came home around 1, and at this time I had already been contracting for about 3.5 hours or so, and I didn't want to rush to the hospital because I just didn't want to go all the way over there and have them stop. But at this point when he came home, they were getting stronger. and they were closer together, so they're like every 5 to 7 minutes now. So after about half an hour or so, I finally was like, okay, let's go. And in the midst of this time, too, when he came home, I rested a little bit. Then I got back up, just trying different things to see if they would stop. But I was also, sorry, um, but I also had, what's it called? Started packing my kids' bags because the last time I went to the hospital, of course, I'd slipped and it was really crazy. We were really unprepared. We didn't have anything for the kids, so my husband had to like come back to the house, grab the kids' stuff, drop it off at our friends that had been babysitting for us. Sorry for the shaky computer. So this time we had packed little bags for the kids, and I packed like a little bag as well, just in case, because I didn't know what was gonna happen. So yeah. So then we dropped the kids off around 2 a.m. and we got to the hospital around like 2:15. And then at like 3:15, 3:30, the contractions stopped. And I was, of course, like, really? I mean, I was thankful because, like I said, I am only 33 weeks. Today I'm 33 weeks and 3 days, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, yep. 33 weeks and 3 days, so, it's still early, even though they've already given me the shot for her lungs and everything like that. It's still early, and I myself was a preemie, and had to be in the NICU, and that's not something that I really want any of my kids to have to go through, just because it'd be really hard seeing them if they have any complications. And then, of course, no mom wants to leave the hospital and not take their baby home with them. That's really a challenge. It'd be very hard for me, but then I guess it would be kind of, oh, it wouldn't be okay, but it would also give me time to get her stuff together, because honestly, this time around, I'm not as prepared as I was with my daughter, my previous pregnancy, my middle child, just because we moved to where we are now like a month ago. So we still have some unpacking to do, and I'm sure I've mentioned this, that I'm in school too, and this semester just ended last Friday, but I had my last assignment due yesterday, so things have been crazy with trying to do school, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but I just recently started homeschooling my oldest son, and so yeah, things are crazy. So yeah, it wouldn't be good, but it would give me opportunity to get her stuff together. But now that I haven't had her, that's something that I'm really going to start focusing on today, actually, and tomorrow. Hopefully, maybe I'll be able to post some pictures, because I mean, when we moved, the girls now have their room. My daughter and my daughter that's coming, they have their room, and their beds are in there and things like that. We have the crib for my daughter, that is pretty much set up. We just have to put the other side on it because we were using it as a toddler bed before my daughter got her bed. Then I just have like some wall decals that I want to get, and I have to get a crib mattress, since we're using the crib mattress that my daughter had for her toddler bed. And yeah, just put clothes away. We have a dresser that we're going to be getting, and put like their clothes away in the dresser, because my daughter, well, the baby's clothes mainly, because my daughter's clothes I hang up, most of them, and then she has like a little mini dresser that we use, but we're gonna be getting a bigger dresser to put clothes in, and yeah, just vacuum stuff, simple stuff. And then of course I forgot to mention, I want to get like a little bit of paint to like fix a couple chips in the paint on the crib, but that's not something like super major. But yeah, those are things that I want to do before she comes. We have and then pack her stuff for the hospital bed. Of course, I forgot to mention that. We have like all the stuff that we really need. We just really need like a crib mattress, and I need a nursing pillow. I don't need one. I have one, but I'd like to get another one, just because the one that I had isn't very firm. So I'd like to get one that's a little bit firmer. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's what I'm going to be doing in these days, because yeah, I'm not 100% prepared, and I have a couple little things that I need to pick up for my breathing bag, right? Hospital bag. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So my last appointment was good. They said she was measuring about 34.5 weeks. She is 5 pounds 6 ounces, and good news, she's head down, because when I was in the hospital contracting 2.5 weeks ago, she was like frank breech, I believe, where her butt was first, and then she kind of started turning because in the second ultrasound they did, like her head was over here. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but like over here on my right side, and then her bottom was kind of like over here, and then she had like her feet down here. So initially she was like head, back, bottom, and then she was like head, bottom, feet, and now she's head down. Now her head is like down below, sorry, like down there, you know, down at the bottom of my stomach, and her back is going up my left side, unless she's moved since my last ultrasound, of course. Well, since Tuesday, because I had a BPP, which I'll explain in just a second. But yeah, back, butt, feet, and arms and stuff. So yeah, I go into the doctor every week. Sorry, I keep shaking the computer. But yeah, I go to the doctor every week, and right now I'm having, initially they said I was gonna have OB appointments every week, ultrasounds every 3 weeks, BPPs weekly. Now they're saying OB appointments are going to be every other week until 35 weeks, which is in 2 weeks. So this week, this past Tuesday, I went in for a BPP, which is I keep forgetting what it's called, but it's like I don't want to say biophysical profile or something. I don't know, but pretty much they just check the baby, if the baby's taking practice breaths, check the baby's heart, you know, just those simple things, check the umbilical cord, check the placenta, really quick, like 15-minute ultrasound, even less, maybe 10 minutes, and she was still head down, so good news. And so yeah, yeah, things are pretty much the same. I find myself getting really out of breath just if I'm sitting kind of slouching, so something I have to practice on my posture just sitting up for these last couple of weeks, because I really get winded. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Lately I haven't been gaining weight much. Initially I was gaining weight like crazy, like, but I was eating like crazy because like after I had the stroke, because prior to the stroke I was doing a lot of exercises, well, prior to the bleeding that I had experienced, which I think I mentioned in the video. I was doing a lot of exercise, and then I stopped because I got worried, and then I had the stroke. So initially I was like trying to stay fit and all that other stuff, and then I just started eating like crazy, giving into like every craving, and the pounds started coming on like clockwork. And now I've actually lost weight, and I'm noticing that my weight is like staying really steady, like I'm not really gaining anything, if anything like half a pound a week, which I think is what the baby's getting, or maybe like a pound or something, but not even much, because for the last like 3 weeks or so I've been the same weight. So I have gained a little bit more than I would have liked to, but I'm not too worried about it, because I'm still like 20 pounds less than what I was at the end of my pregnancy with my daughter. So yeah, and then now that I know a lot of the techniques that work for me to lose weight with my daughter, I'll be able to implement some of those techniques now after having this baby. And I know it sounds crazy, but I actually have a goal, and hopefully I'll be able to complete it. I'm hoping to run a 5K, which is a small distance, but I used to run 3 miles all the time prior to getting pregnant. So it's just something to look forward to work my way up to that after not exercising for a while, being pregnant, things like that. But I'm hoping to run a 5K. The Minnesota Homeschoolers Alliance has a 5K that they're going to do next September. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get down to my pre-pregnancy weight, or really close, but my goal is getting down, or maybe even less. And then possibly, what was I going to say? Sorry. And then possibly, you know, well, not possibly, but and then preparing myself to run the 5K. So I'm looking forward to that, and that's something to kind of keep me motivated and keep my eye on the prize and stuff like that. So I don't want to be too extreme, because of course I'm planning on breastfeeding, and I want to be able to make sure that I'm taking in enough calories to breastfeed. But yeah, I don't think it'll be too bad, because I'm thinking after I have the baby, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, I've probably gained like 40 pounds or close to 40 pounds. So hopefully maybe I'll lose like 15 pounds, 20 pounds after having the baby within the first couple weeks, because I feel like a lot of it is like water weight, or you know, just, I don't know how to really explain it, but not to be like, oh my gosh, but like my, you know, this area has gotten really big. Like my chi-chis, boobs were like super flat before I got pregnant, just because I had been exercising a lot. I mean, not super, super flat, but yeah. Some of you ladies probably know about that. When you exercise, you lose mass in this area. So, but now they're just like, you know, I won't have to get into too much detail, but I think, you know, I've gained a lot of weight in there. My face is, of course, more chubby, my legs, and my stomach. So, yeah, but that's life. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much everything about my pregnancy update. So, I'm going to show you guys my belly, and I will, what's it called? Do the tag. I might make like a separate video and link them, or maybe this is going to be a really long video, so we'll see. Anyways, I'm going to show you my 33-week belly. Alrighty. Oh, look at my belly's already popping out. This shirt is like a large or extra large. It fits pretty okay, but of course all my shirts always pop up. And these pants I'm wearing are not maternity, they're just a bigger size. I was a size like 4 or 5, and these are size, I think, 10 or 11, but they're still kind of loose, which is good because I don't want pants that are going to be like pinching up against my belly or anything. So anyways, here's my 33-week belly. It is round. I feel like she's dropped, but I could be wrong, who knows. I don't know, sometimes it looks like my belly has dropped, and sometimes it doesn't. I have to say, this pregnancy I did not keep up with the applying stretch mark cream like I should have. So I really haven't noticed any new stretch marks, but my skin I've been suffering from dry skin a lot, so I've been using coconut oil lately, and it's really helped, but I really get really dry in this area, like on this side and under my belly, and it gets like super itchy, like crazy. So yeah, 33 weeks and 3 days today. So there's my belly. Yeah. So now I think I'll just hop right into the questions. So I watched this tag, and I wrote down all the questions because I could not find the questions on my phone. So yeah, I thought it'd be a pretty interesting tag to kind of share a little bit more about me, because I am pretty new to this whole YouTube thing. So, sorry. First question. Have you said you were letting a dish soak when in reality you don't feel like washing it? No. I'm actually innocent for this one. Usually I don't leave dishes soaking nowadays. I used to, but usually if they're soaking, it's not very long. I do not like having a dirty kitchen, dirty living room, just the main areas where sometimes eating can happen. Dining room, I really, really, really do not let my kids eat in the living room, which is behind me. I'm sitting at the dining table currently, because I am just very crazy about those kind of things. I do not leave dishes in my sink overnight. The kitchen, the dining room area, I'm very particular about, because I do live in Minnesota, and I do know the chances of mice coming in your house, God forbid, but the possibility of them coming in and looking for food or whatever, like bugs or whatever. I don't do those kind of things. I really am deathly afraid of mice and roaches and things like that. So I'm just very, very clean. I try my best to be very clean. So no, dirty dishes do not stay in my sink. And one of my other pet peeves I will mention is when people put dishes with food in the sink. Even if we have a garbage disposal, and I'm kind of like heading towards my husband, which he probably won't see this video. But no, that to me is like, no. Put the food in the garbage, put the plate in the sink. And yeah, I don't use my garbage disposal. No. Okay. Anyways, moving on. Um, have you restarted the dryer to avoid folding? Yes, I am definitely guilty for this one. Um, just because, not really to avoid folding, but because like I like if sometimes if the clothes have been sitting in the dryer for too long, like the load I just took out this morning, they get wrinkled, and then it makes it harder to fold them, um, and or hang them up. So I'll start the dryer over to kind of get them more straight and make it easier for me to fold them. Hide when eating so you don't have to share with your kids. Yes, sometimes I have done that, and that's usually when I'm driving in the car and I'm eating something sweet that I don't want to share. Sorry, kids. Yeah, I have done that, so I am guilty for that one. Obey the 5-second rule. No. I am too much of a worrywart and hypochondriac and any other word that can describe me. I worry about germs and diseases and just things like that. Like if a piece of food falls on the floor of my kitchen, I'm just thinking about like, okay, my husband just walked through here. What if he's done some dog poop? What if my kids get worms? So that's where my mind goes. Sorry, my phone was just ringing, so I had to answer that. I wasn't sure who was calling, but so yeah, like I was saying, I worry about germs and diseases and just viruses, sicknesses. No, I don't. Just to cut it plain and simple, I know I'm a little crazy, but I don't do the 5-second rule. No way, Jose. If something falls on the floor, it's going in the garbage. Next question. So I'm innocent for that one. Say it is an hour later so you can get your kids into bed. No, I won't lie about the time, so I'm innocent in regards to that. But sometimes even if it is kind of early, just be like, okay, it's bedtime. If we're having a hard day and my kids haven't taken naps and they're just going crazy and I'm going crazy, I'll just say it's nap time, and of course the tantrums begin. But shortly they are in bed, sound asleep. So yeah. Rewash laundry because you forgot to put it in the dryer. Yes, I am guilty of that. I think almost every mom is probably guilty of that. Yeah, because of course, if laundry has been sitting in the washer for too long, they kind of start to smell. So yes, I have rewashed a couple loads in my day. As moms, we get busy, and I am just a forgetful person in general. So, wipe the dirty spots on the floor with a rag, and convince yourself, or try to convince yourself that you mopped. I've done this sometimes during the day, like if I'm rushing and I'm cooking, and something was on the floor and there's like a spill or stain, or my daughter, who loves to go into the fridge, is taking stuff out and knocking stuff over, I'll like clean up the spot really quickly, and not really convince myself that I've mopped. I'll usually go back and mop that night, but at least to just get it off the floor quickly, without having to go through the hassle of getting a bucket and all this other stuff, or grabbing the Swiffer and blah blah blah. Sometimes I'll grab the Swiffer if but I just, like, if I'm cooking or something, I'd rather just get like a wet rag or a wet paper towel versus like touching a Swiffer and getting those chemicals on my hands, like the Swiffer wet wipes. And yeah. Anyways, asked the hubby to pick up takeout or call for takeout because you forgot to thaw something. I can't read my own handwriting. Because you forgot to thaw something. Yes, for that one I am guilty. I have, especially with being in school and all the craziness of when my son was in school, picking up, dropping off, and then having a toddler, and being pregnant, yes, I have been guilty of forgetting to thaw things and having to get takeout. And for me, I really try not to, because it does pain me to have to spend money when we already have food in the house, and I usually meal plan, so I'll have like in mind what I'm gonna cook, and then having to, go out and buy food throws my meal plan off. And no, I'm just, sometimes it's kind of like, but I mean, if the meal plan gets thrown off, like the other day, um, I can't remember if it's because I forgot to thaw something or I hadn't gotten the chance to go to the grocery store to get some ingredients that I need. But like for dinner, my husband works evenings, so usually when I cook dinner, he's not here, so he gets the dinner from the day before for when he goes to work. Or sometimes I'll try and cook dinner early. Like today, I cooked dinner early before he went to work, so he took it with him. But this particular day, I had cooked dinner the night before. No, sorry, I cooked dinner early, and then I didn't have anything, like when my kids kind of get hungry late at night. I was just like, okay, well, I'm just gonna give them something, because they had their dinner, which was kind of like a heavier meal for lunch, since I had cooked it early, and for my husband to take it to work for his dinner. Sorry, this is getting complicated. Um, so then I just what's it called? Like went to Cub, and you know how they have like the rotisserie chicken, and they have like the macaroni pizza and stuff. Grabbed a couple slices of pizza, $1 each, whatever. Grabbed some croutons, grabbed some spinach. Um, and what else did I get? No, I didn't grab spinach, sorry. I already had salad in the house, so I grabbed some croutons, and we had a slice of pizza with salad on the side. And yeah, so, but yeah, back to, sorry, I'm kind of like drifting off here, but yeah, I have had to get takeout because I've forgotten to thaw something, but I always try and pick something that's a little healthy. That's one thing I really, really enjoy about being able to cook dinner for my family, is being able to find healthy meals, and yeah, avoid eating out too much, because it's not good. Next question. Let your kids run around in diapers or undies because all their clothes are in the laundry. No, I am innocent as far as this one. I do not like my kids running around in their underwear or diapers, and there's never a time. Well, I mean, maybe back in the day when we did not have a washer and dryer in our house. There we get kind of close to having all of our clothes dirty, but at this point, my kids just have so much clothes. Just from being blessed by people, and their kids who have older kids, and they, give us their clothes, or, just finding great deals, just all this different stuff. My kids have too much clothes. It would be pure insanity if there was ever a moment that all their clothes were dirty. That would mean that something's wrong. Like, I've been in the hospital, or I don't know, because that would just be, whew, no. I don't think we'd ever get done doing laundry. But no, my kids, especially my daughter, loves to run around the house naked. Like, my husband dressed her before I left to run an errand today, and I come back and she's in her diaper. She does not like wearing clothes, or if she is wearing clothes, she prefers to wear one of her princess costumes. So yeah. And then my son, he likes to chill, but he's not in his underwear. He'll usually be like in his boxers and a t-shirt. But it's not because their clothes are dirty, it's just because it's what's comfortable for them, I guess. Moving on. Clean more than 10 minutes before a guest arrives than you have all week. Maybe in the past. Oh, well, yeah, in the past, not maybe. But recently, no. I clean so much every day. It just seems like I'm always cleaning, whether guests are coming or not. I mean, we haven't really had very many guests. Sorry. Since we moved here. Except for like Thanksgiving and stuff. But I'm always cleaning. Like, literally, after every meal, I wash all the dishes by hand, sweep, mop, or just, wipe up the floor. I'm constantly cleaning something every single day. Like, constantly. I do laundry every day. I vacuum the living room every day, vacuum the dining room every day, wipe down the table, vacuum the couches, like, every day or every other day. So, yeah, I'm always cleaning. Maybe I'll, like, spruce up the bathrooms if we have guests coming over, because sometimes, like, if my kids take a shower or something like that, or they leave, sometimes I'll toss, like, my dirty clothes on the floor. or we'll have like a hamper in there, and it's kind of like weird if you have people. Well, we have a bathroom down here, so that's like just for before when we were redoing our downstairs bathroom in our old place. Our guests had to use our upstairs bathroom, so yeah. But now, yeah, we just have a bathroom down here that stays pretty clean. So yeah, I mean, the biggest thing in our house right now is just the stuff that we still have to unpack. I mean, we have a few boxes, not many, maybe like 4. And most of them are just like things that need to be organized, like papers and things like that we have to go through and file. So yeah, sorry, I talk a lot. Dropping something on the floor and calling the dog instead of cleaning it. I don't have a dog. So yeah, I've always wanted a dog as a kid, but my parents would never let me get a dog. And then as an adult, I really do still want a dog, but guys, I'm a little crazy. The only thing keeping me back from getting a dog is worrying about that dog getting fleas or worms or like pooping all over the place, and like my kids touching it, or God forbid, like licking their hands or something, my daughter, after touching it. I can't. I'm sorry. That's the big thing keeping me from a dog. It's just like, like I'd freak out if my dog got like fleas or ticks or worms, or like I would not even, yeah, okay. I'm not even gonna go any deeper into that because I'm gonna start like hyperventilating. Anyways, yeah, I don't have a dog. Remove makeup before bed or leave it on. I try my best to always wash my face before I go to bed because I have problem skin. I've always had problem skin since I was like little, since I was like 9 years old, 10 years old. But sometimes I forget, especially now being pregnant. Not so much forget, but I'll just like lay down to put my daughter to sleep and then I'll fall asleep too. But I really don't like the feeling, even sometimes during the day, like I can feel the makeup on my skin and it just feels like, I don't know, weird. I just like feel like my pores are clogged or something, or I don't know, but I can like feel the makeup. So I like the feeling of having, just being fresh. I don't know how to explain it, but there's like a difference in the way your skin feels when you have makeup and when you don't. So yeah, I've been guilty of going to bed with makeup on. And I don't like to because of course it can mess up your pillows and things like that. So what was I gonna say? Place blanket over wet spot to not have to change sheet in the middle of the night. This I am guilty of, but it depends on what caused the wet spot. My son is potty trained. Of course, he's 7 years old. And my daughter is not potty trained yet. But she, sometimes when we tried potty training, and she's been like in a diaper during the day and she like fell asleep or something, I usually do take the sheet off and wash it. Not usually, I do, because with pee it's a different story. But like when she was little and I was breastfeeding, I would like wake up in the middle of the night soaked in breast milk. We both would kind of, because I would like nurse and fall asleep and forget to like, put the kitties away, and there'd be milk everywhere. And I'd be too tired. I'd just like get a towel and lay it down and lay back down, and yeah. I don't know. Maybe some breastfeeding moms can relate to that. Wear jeans multiple days in a row if they look clean. I have now, that I'm pregnant, because I don't have a ton of jeans that fit me. I have maybe like 7 pairs of jeans or something. I don't know. Or maybe more. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I have pants, but not a ton that I can like rotate all the time. But with me, it's really hard to even do that because I have little kids. My pants usually get dirty to the point where, you can't really wear it the next day. Not that I wash them every single day, but usually I'll just like I do laundry often enough to have pants available or jeans available, but yeah, I really most times can't do that because usually I'm covered in whatever my daughter decides to put on me. And yeah. And then of course, like, I don't know, I'm just weird maybe, but I can't like shower and put on the same clothes that I've worn. I just feel dirty. It feels dirty to me. Like, I just can't do that. It's awkward to me. I mean, I'm not saying there's anything bad with wearing jeans more than once. You know, I've done it, but just psychologically, like, I feel dirty when I put on the same stuff. Like, I never wear the same like shirt or anything, but like pants, it just, I don't know. Ooh. Okay. Um, Eat scraps off your kid's plate because you don't have time to make your own meal. Um, no. I'm innocent, I guess, for that one. I don't eat scraps off my kids' plates because I can't make my own meal. I don't have time to. Usually when I cook like a big meal for everybody and I just serve the plates and stuff. I guess I do eat off my kids' plates sometimes, and that's usually because like I'll get really hungry cooking, and then I always serve my kids and my husband first. So like I get their plates and their cups and their drinks, and by the time I sit down, you know, it's like okay, finally I can eat. But I'll just like eat like steal little bites while I'm in the process of that if I'm really hungry. So yeah. Um, Eating kids Easter candy. I'll say Easter candy, which I think was like Halloween and or Easter candy. But we don't celebrate Halloween, so yes, I do eat my kids Easter candy, or any candy that they get from birthday parties or things like that. And it's actually funny that this question is on there because last night, after my son fell asleep, before he went to sleep, he's like, "Okay, mom, watch my candy for me." Hopefully he won't wake up. He's taking a nap and hear me. But he's like, "Okay, mom, watch my candy for me," and I'm like, "Okay." And yeah, I ate a couple of his mini Butterfingers last night. So yeah, he had a Christmas party at Awana. So yes, 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 I'm guilty. Don't judge me. Next question. Say your child's allergic to something so you don't have to share. No, innocent. Um, I wouldn't do that just because my kids will get confused and stuff like that. And if I don't want to share, I'll just be like, I don't want to share. No, I don't say that. I'll just be like, yeah. Usually they'll have their own thing anyway, so no. But my kids, well, my son has tried to say he's allergic to something, so he didn't have to eat something. I'm like, you're not allergic to anything. I'm your mom. I know. Anyway, put a wrinkled shirt back in the dirty clothes to avoid ironing. I am guilty, not because I've tried to avoid ironing, but because, what was I gonna say? I like don't put the shirt or the pants back into the dirty clothes, but I'll like put it back into the dryer and dry them or de-wrinkle them, you know, like the fluff or whatever setting that's on the dryer. I'll do that. Not really to avoid ironing, but usually I don't have time to iron, so I guess you can say avoid or not, or whatever. But I'm usually in a rush because I'll have to get my daughter dressed, my son dressed, help hubby get his clothes like, you know, together. And I don't dress him, but like if they need to be ironed, you know, I'm the one who will put it back into the dryer or something like that, you know. And then of course get myself dressed, do my makeup, do my hair. So there's no time. Ain't nobody got time for ironing. No. Procrastinate. Yeah. Procrastinate getting into the shower, then not wanting to get out. Yes, guilty. Guilty, guilty, guilty. I never want to get out of the shower, and they're just so relaxing. I'm gonna try and speed up because I actually have a lot of stuff that I should be doing right now, like going to the bank and running errands, and my kids are napping, so they'll probably be up soon. And yeah, we actually wanted to go to the library today, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. Maybe. So yeah, sorry, ranting. So I'm gonna try and speed up and stop ranting because I talk too much. Rehearse, argue, or an argument in your head just in case. Not really. Sometimes after an argument I'll be like, oh man, I forgot to bring this up, or I should have said this. But yeah, the only time I really rehearse something is sometimes if like I'm gonna go over to somebody and talk to them in Spanish, sometimes I'll like say it in my head to make sure like it makes sense and I say the right words, because sometimes like if like when I go to speak in Spanish, because like when I'm going in between speaking in Spanish and speaking in English, I sometimes forget words and then I'm just like, So I'll try and like, okay, get my brain prepared to be like, okay, this is what I'm gonna say. Okay, yeah, yeah, and then yeah. Next question. Ignore a test for days and saying my reply never went through. I don't really ignore people, but like sometimes I'll get the notice I gotta do a new text and I'll just be so busy I really forget. And usually I'll just say like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see it. Because sometimes I don't really see what it says. I'll just like see the notice that I got a text or something like that. So yeah. Snooping in other people's bathroom cabinets. I am guilty. Not cabinets, but sometimes I'll look in people's shower just to see if it's clean. I know, I'm crazy. Hopefully no one's looking in my shower. No, my shower is pretty clean, but yeah, I don't know why. I just like to see if their shower's clean and see like, you know, what kind of stuff they have in there, what kind of body wash they use, or what kind of toys they have for their kids. Is that weird? Okay, next question. Turn radio down in a car when lost or looking for a number in a house. Yes, I am guilty. I do that. I don't know why, but it helps me think better. It helps me see better. No. Use perfume flyers that come in magazines. No. Innocent. That's a little awkward. Lied about your age. Yes, guilty. When I was younger, yes, I have lied about my age a lot. I always wanted to be older than I was. Partially because I felt a lot more mature than I was, and I was a young mom, of course, so yeah. Usually I don't tell people, and then I usually don't really like telling people my age, because then I usually get, what? You are so young. You do not look that, like you're blank blank years old. Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, you're a baby. I am a baby, kind of. No. No, I'm not a baby. I'm in my 20s, but still, I'm pretty young. Lied about your child's age to get a better deal. No, but I have been tempted to. I'm pretty sure maybe some other people have too, but it's like when they're just like 1 year over or like just turned 1 year over, it's like, oh, tempting. Where was I that I was actually tempted to do that? Oh yeah, we went to this the holiday market. Like I said, I think I mentioned I live in Minnesota the other day, and I think it was like 6 and under something free, or I can't remember. I don't know. But yeah, and I'm like, man, why does my son have to be 7? He just turned 7 2 months ago. But yeah, no, I'm just cheap. Yeah. Okay. Next question. Give in. Oh, given someone a wrong number on purpose. No. Innocent. Peed in the shower as an adult. Not intentionally. Usually it'll be like, if I can't hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. I know that's like super gross, but and that's why I'm gonna say this. Like, usually I'll get out of the shower soaking wet and use the bathroom, just because when I'm going to pee in the tub, I think about the fact that my kids soak in the tub, and it's like, oh, that's gross. I'm gonna have to wash the tub and disinfect and so if it involuntarily happens, I know that's gross, but when you're pregnant, sometimes gross things happen. But yeah, not intentionally, 'cause that's gross. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, those are the questions. I need to get some stuff done in this house. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy my video. I will be back next week. Next week I have an actual OB appointment, so just a BP. And yeah, gonna be 34 weeks. And baby's gonna be measuring at like 36.5 weeks. Yeah, chunky baby. Alrighty, YouTube, stay blessed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.